You are not burned out, you are future shocked. Today's podcast is about future shock. And this concept has been introduced in 1970 by Alvin Toffler. And he was already talking about a future shock, which is the fatigue into constant changes. It is overload of the information. It is um, not following up what is happening. But today, I'm going to give you a key element that will change your entire life. You are not burnout, you're future shocked, but there is something that you may not even expect. Why is this happening? So stay with me and I will give you this bit of information at the end of this video. So, future shock is simply a cognitive overload. So there is a lot of things happening in the same time. And you may also feel like, oh, there is so much change, like this is a change that, and we are becoming in being stressed. So you constantly feeling and seeing and being in the stress mode. And there is no danger outside, but there is danger inside, meaning you carrying it every day and everywhere you go. Yes, scary, because we cannot see it, you cannot escape it, literally. It's always with you. So think about it. Each time you think the thoughts you don't want, or you have decisions you haven't made, or there is so much of information overload, and with the AI, we think, especially those smart, educated, information focused, like you and me, if you're listening to it, you're one of them, you may go more into the research. More information, meaning I know more, I feel more, I am better. And going even into more overload. We cannot make the simple decisions. That you can come back into the previous podcast that I talk about it. But also give you more of the simple change fatigue. And AI is giving you the speed. But it's not only that. We were like, we reaching the moment that Alvin Toffler not yet thought about it, that where the change and the speed of the change is accelerating itself. What that brings, think about it. You have availability to different identities. It actually creates dissonance and confusion. So one day you are this person, you are having a different roles, you having different responsibility, you are mom, father, parent, head of department, you are a business owner, you are a skier, whatever you name it. So we're living in the world that we have super access to different personalities who we are, but at the same time we're starting to be lost in who we really are, switching and playing from one identity to the other, thinking about what is the right move and playing different roles and putting different masks, forgetting who am I. That leads also of losing the meaningful work, the meaning in the work. And you might thinking like, you are burned out, but also you've lost the meaning of work. You're doing the work, you're going more operating on the manufacturing level. I go to work, I do my job, even though I know you're dedicated, I know you're excited, even if you run the business. But the change is faster than you could think of. And on top of that, there is also the unknown. And maybe you know or not, unknown, it has been used to use in as a torture. What does it mean? Basically, during the war, people were closed in the places, and there was a drops of the water falling in the forehead. Not predictable, but unknown, uncertain. So you didn't know how much time is between the one drop water into the other. That created unpredictability, unknown, uncertainty. Basically, and at the same time, created anxiety and stress. Your brain, being in the state of anxiety and the stress, it's closing the system and it's going into the survival mode. What does it mean? Yes, you have this animal, but you always ready to escape, freeze, or attack. Firefighting, constant stress. So now we are living in a constant stress and a future shock. But now I'm gonna give you this key element. So make sure you stay to what is that problem really about. Maybe you've heard people complaining, blaming. It's actually very, very good. And it feels good. It feels so good to say, mm, this doesn't work because of this or that, or it's not my fault, it's somebody else, or because somebody did that. It feels good. It feels like it's not my problem. But in the end, it leads you into the worst possible space you can think of, the lack of agency. What that means, lack of control. So why you feel burnout, it's loss of a meaning. It's overwhelmed. But first of all, it's a loss of control. Loss of a control that whatever is happening to you is happening for you, but also you are the creator of it. And if you're creator of it, you can change that. And often I hear and people say like, oh, this is a personal development. It's a personal development and business development. You cannot grow your business without personal development, and personal development will grow automatically your career and business. It's both ways. So now I want you to think how much of an agency you have with yourself. How much of this future, I can create my own future. I can create my reality. I manifest my reality. And we have a huge disengagement. 8% of the population is literally working and creating, being engaged. And the rest, I don't know. But you still have this agency, you still have that power inside you. And I really want, with those podcasts and those little and short life moments when we connect in the human way, to give you information and spaces how you can get back control in the world that it's moving faster than you could ever think, that it's even like accelerated exponential change. So we don't need any more changes, but we will have them. Like, we need the changes, but it's not a question of needing. They are here. They will be always here. The innovation, the unknown, it's here, and whatever will be here. But we can get back control. We can create our reality when you are able to sustain your system, when you are able to calm your system, and when you can and you will start to create rather than adapt. In adaptation mode, you constantly trying to catch up, trying to fit everyone's standards, trying to fit everyone's agendas, trying to adapt to the new circumstances, new situations, new markets. What about if you start to create them? If you start to create them and take the control back of who you are now and who you are in the future. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Short intro into the future shock. Of course, exponential gap and acceleration, and how do we match We will be talking much more in so many more episodes. So looking forward to hear from you. Ask me any questions you want about it, and see you soon.